annoying voice. Don't say you know, don't say like, don't say it's like, etc. Here we go. So the meaning of life. Alright, so thing is, okay, personally, you hear all this, you see, I was raised Episcopalian, and I too, so I think you know the deal. I never had those kinds of conflicts of, let me start this again, because it doesn't make this all more interesting. I mean, I feel that the more I learn about science, and I always found physics interesting, and it makes sense that I always find physics interesting because, as somebody who was an answer, physics is simply the study of matter and motion, so it makes sense. But people still want to know. I mean, people need the present. It's cheesy. They need that they need to feel like there's a meaning to life, they need to feel spirit. But they also need to know the truth. And sometimes you hear this stuff, they're in conflict, but I don't see that they're in conflict. Because, okay, like I said, I watched, this was a show in Nova, and I find quantum physics to be so fascinating, but what quantum physics is a study of is the exception to the rule. But what about the rule? Quantum physics is those instances that are so rare, like, when an ant can lift a mountain. I mean, and 99.9999999 can't happen. But then something is triggered, and something is possible, and that's what quantum physics is. And it's those, sometimes those moments come and go in a flash, and if you don't, like, carpe diem, if you don't seize it, it's gone. And that's so incredibly disturbing, and that's my life, because it's here, it's gone, and you just have to grab it and run with it, even if you're not ready. And most of the time, it pisses me off, because I think, like, I'm not ready for this, I'm not ready for this, I'm not prepared, I'm not ready, I don't understand. But it's like, you gotta seize it while it's there, it's gone, and that's so frustrating. So, oh yes, and then, and, so, you work your ass off, and you work to the point where you're exhausted, and there's this one thing that I really also have to do is dance. First of all, at no time in my life was I immune to the injustices that go on and to the pain that others feel, because when others felt, I felt it, even if I was too young to understand it, even if I was not, and I'm certainly not now a geopolitical scientist, half this shit, I can't for the life of me, because, after all, I'm like this hippie tomboy, I believe in justified action, but how is hurting innocent people, how is hurting animals justified, how is hurting children justified, how is that justified? It's not, so all these arguments, like, don't sound serious, like, tell me something that I'm not already thinking, and so I'm not going to be in favor of dropping bombs on innocent people. I just don't see how that's a solution, but that's my personal opinion, and I know there are a lot of people who disagree with me, a lot of people, but I'm just not one, but as a dancer, you have to go within, and it's, in which there's really not a lot of money, but it can be the worst thing, it can be the hardest thing, it can be the most painful thing, but it's the best thing, like it's the most exhilarating thing, it's the most important thing, and I knew that I had to do it, I knew